Hi everyone, welcome back to the Be Who You Want to Be series with Join Mayshad. I'm Miriam, president of the Mayshad chapter, and we're going to be talking about the women and youth of Beirut with Lebanese Integrative Nutrition Health Coach, Beba of Pulse Wellness.
Hi, I'm Rachel, and I'm the VP of that Mayshad chapter. Before we start the show, be sure to follow at Join Mayshad and Pulse Wellness on Instagram. If you could help share this episode and subscribe on YouTube, we will continue bringing these amazing experts.
Thank you, Beba, so much for joining us. Could you tell us a bit about your background, where you grew up, and how you got to where you are now?
Yeah, I was born in Beirut from a middle-class family. My father was a businessman working in Saudi Arabia, and we had to leave in '82 due to political unrest. And we moved to England. I was in school there. Then I returned to Lebanon in '85 and studied in the American Community School, which is a high school. And later on, I started moving around between London, Dubai, Spain, and now Portugal. So this patchwork of educational and living experiences gave me the opportunity to interact with different people from different cultures and backgrounds, and made me who I am today, like a citizen of the world with Lebanese origin.
That's so wonderful. You have such an amazing story.
Yeah, thank you. So could you talk us through about what Lebanon has been through in the past few months, economically, politically, as well as in terms of health with the COVID pandemic?
Yeah, these past few months were very challenging for Lebanon because we went through the financial breakdown where suddenly you could not access your money from the banks. Then we went to the devaluation of the currency, and then the inflation, and then the corona, and then the blast. So as you can imagine, the resilience of the Lebanese people is like very strong. But at some point, you need to see some sort of a silver lining, some sort of hope. So and this is where the youth plays a big part, because what we're seeing now on the ground is the youth is taking matters into their own hands. They're going down into the streets, helping people rebuild their homes, clean up the streets and everything. And that's very impressive. This gives us hope.
Yes, exactly. And as you said, the Lebanese people are very strong. And since they bounce back from hardship easily, what are the pros and cons of this ability?
I mean, the advantage is that you're always able to bounce back and to find strength, and to just say, like, I want to make the best of the present and the future, because this is, at the end of the day, this is your country, this is your land, and a lot of people believe in it. They don't just want to give up and leave. But on the other hand, the problem is every time you're going back to square one as opposed to moving forward towards the future. So it gets a bit exhausting.
What kind of country do you aspire Lebanon to be?
We all are looking to a more modern and democratic government with more updated laws, because some of our laws are very, very outdated, and we would prefer as people to separate religion from government, because once you do that, things are much less complicated.
I definitely agree. Leading into my next question, Lebanon has a very diverse culture, and we even see this from your life story. As you told us, you lived in London, Dubai. It's very multicultural. Could you tell us about the mixture of Lebanese culture?
Yes, due to our geographic location, Lebanon has always been at the crossroads of Europe and the Middle East. And this being said, we have a mix of 19 religious confessions in a country of 4 million. So Lebanon has always been an example of peaceful coexistence in the past. Lebanese culture, it's a melting pot of all civilizations that passed through it, starting from the Romans to the Ottomans and everything in between. This is why when you go to Lebanon, you can feel the diversity in the features, uh, in the food and everything. It's a mix. It's a mix. It's a beautiful.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Thank you. I was wondering if you could tell us about the role of women in Lebanon and what Lebanese women are doing for Beirut since the explosion.
Lebanese women have always been involved in a social and social political role. And then nowadays, most of the NGOs now are led by women. So now they are playing a very important role in the rebuilding of people's houses that that happened in the past. And they have always also been the ones that have kept the acted as mediators when there was always like heated debates or certain conflicts. They have always acted as mediators and peacemakers, if you want.
That's really interesting. I feel like in cultures all over the world, women are always playing that role as peacekeepers as well.
Exactly.
It's very interesting. I understand that the youth of Lebanon are taking matters into their own hands, as you explained, as they're going to the streets and rehabilitating the community of Beirut. Why is the young generation crucial in creating a harmonious country?
Just the simple fact that the old generation have grown tired and I think new blood and the youth is always very important to like refresh and bring in new ideas and take the country forward into modernization. And I think it's about time that the youth have a voice in governing the country.
Yeah, it's definitely important that the youth share what they want as they're going to be the leaders of the next generation.
Exactly.
Yeah, thank you. I definitely agree with that perspective. Could you explain the power dynamic between the young generation and old generation of Lebanon?
It's a very sensitive issue because the old generation are still in power in all sectors of the government, and we have a lot of talent and we have a lot of people that are qualified to get involved. But the problem is that the older generation will not give that power very easily to the younger generation. It's something we're going to have to fight for, basically.
On behalf of young women, not only in Beirut, but across the world, what positive message would you like to send?
I think it's very important for all women to, the message that I would send is believe in yourself. That's a very powerful message. And acknowledge your power. Because, and a lot of times in our personal relationships or communities or even on a wider scale, we can be affected by our self-esteem and everything by all our surroundings, and it's very important to build that self-esteem and give each other support as women. So first, believe in yourself. Second, acknowledge your power. And third, develop yourself, whether through education or self-development and stuff like that. And the fourth thing is take affirmative action in society.
Those are definitely amazing positive messages that women should use, especially acknowledging your own power. I think a lot of people forget to do that, and they tend to look to others, and that stops them from looking to themselves.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I definitely agree with both of your perspectives. And shifting gears a bit, have you come across a lot of inspirational people in your wellness journey?
I mean, in the wellness industry, yes, there is a lot of gurus that I look up to. Well, the first one being the founder of the institute that I studied in, Joshua Rosenthal. He was the founder of the Institute for Integrative Nutrition in New York, and I really respect him and look up to him because he started this movement. And there are so many big names out there, but I'm definitely a person who believes in self-development on all levels, whether it's coaching for a health coaching or a life coaching, or it really depends. And yeah, there's a lot of big names, but I can't really think of anything right now.
So, what defining moment in your life led you to realize that your destiny was to help others?
Well, when I was in Lebanon a few years ago, I felt stuck, and I thought this can't be it. I have to have a role in helping my country and helping the people around me and helping people who are like me. You know, when you get to a stage where you feel stuck somehow and you need to find an outlet, this is the role I'm ready to play. Like, I want to help people break these patterns and start a new lifestyle, if you want, or a pace.
Yeah, that's so important. I understand that it's so hard for people to, individuals to break their old habits. And I think what you're doing is really inspiring and really helpful to creating a better community and world population.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. And leading in from that question, how does your company, Pulse Wellness, come to realize these goals of helping others?
Well, at the end of the day, I think it's a ripple effect, because when you help one individual, and that individual is in charge of a family or a community or as a teacher, this person helps. Once he gets to his a place of fulfillment and comfort, then he can start helping others, and that's the domino effect. That's how it works. And then it spreads into communities helping each other, and then on a wider scale.
How do you deflect people with an overall negative attitude, especially with what's going on in the world today, with the pandemic, especially what's going on in Beirut, with all the after effects? I feel like, and I understand that people are having a lot of negative attitudes toward their own lives. So how would you deflect people that have a negative attitude, or help those change their attitude to have a more positive outlook?
I think it's a matter of communities and neighbors helping each other. It's a matter of giving each other mental and emotional support, and small acts of kindness. Like if someone has an empty space at home, an empty room, you can host people to come and stay with you, help them slowly rebuild their homes, and that's what it is. It's just humanity and kindness at the end of the day.
Do you have a favorite quote or notion that you live by?
There's one by Mother Teresa. It says, I alone can't change the world, but I can cast a stone across the water to create many ripples. And yeah.
That's really beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Adding on to that, is there a specific person who inspired you or motivated you?
Well, yeah, I have my cousin is my idol, actually, because against all odds, she kept a positive attitude throughout her challenges in life, and she just kept on going, and she focused on her goals and just kept on going until she reached her goals and found her success story.
That's so great. It's so amazing to have individuals in one's life that can inspire you to create a better path for others and not just yourself. As you have mentioned in a previous conversation you had, there's this song by Wyclef Jean for Beirut, and it pays tribute to Lebanon's beauty, strength, courage, and resilience. And it's really inspiring and powerful because they're showing the youth cleaning up the streets along with the video and playing of the song. Why do you believe it is important for the international community to advocate for Beirut, and how can they contribute?
Well, because I believe like a global in an atmosphere of global solidarity, this is where you can express the goodness of mankind, you know. And for example, today Lebanon needs help, but tomorrow Lebanon can give help to other countries when they need us. So I think we must emphasize on strengthening these qualities of humanity and positivity towards each other, and that's how the world will be in harmony, as opposed to just going after material and political gains.
Yeah, that's a very powerful message. I definitely agree with you. And in terms of Lebanon's beauty and strength and courage, is there anything specific about Lebanon that you think that the international community should know about, something really positive and great about the Lebanese culture?
Well, it's we are in general a very welcoming culture, and it's just we are very open, and we appreciate the differences between cultures and everything. So that makes us very welcome. We are very curious and ready to learn from other nations and other nationalities. So between the climate and the landscapes and the food and the hospitality and the services, I think it's a special country, and I would love to see it flourish again. Hopefully one day.
Yes, I would love to see that as well, because when Lebanon flourishes, I think the whole world will flourish, and it'll be a ripple effect, as you've said. So thank you so much, Beba, for all of your insight and on current events and the lifestyle of women and children in the region. Is there a place that viewers can come and learn more about Pulse Wellness?
My website is pulsewellness.net, or you can find me on Facebook, Pulse Wellness by Beba. Also, my Instagram has the same title.
Thank you. So
Thank you.
You've been watching the Be Who You Want to Be series. Please check out Beba at Pulse Wellness by Beba and at Join Mayshad.